You're unmuted now.
Now we're good? Welcome, everybody. Today is November 4th, 2025. This is the Hannah City Village Council meeting. If everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. So, Josh, you are up first, sir.
She's going to have you take an oath.
Yep, we're going to stand right over here.
Didn't know you were going to be on camera, did you?
And then you can, I'll just let you read that and just hold your right hand up. So you're just going to read this.
I, Josh Judkins, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Commissioner according to the best of my ability.
Very good.
Good work, my friend.
And then you fill out your address.
Okay.
Welcome to the team.
I'll
tell you,
Making Illinois proud.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's have a reader.
Yeah. Josh got here, right? Every time I interact with somebody in town that has a right to complain about something, but yet they're positive and constructive and want to work with us in order to make it right, I always write their name down and think that's somebody who might be good worth serving sometime. And that happened with his fence. We got the contractor got oil up on his new white fence, and he called. It was very calm, and we worked our way through it. It was very good. So I'm glad you're here.
Just so you know, I told him no way.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't listen.
We don't listen to him for most things. The most fun you'll ever have.
Yeah. So Nathan's not going to be here?
He's not. That'll be pushed to the next meeting.
Okay, so item number 4, electric aggregation energy rate updates, will be tabled until next meeting. Everybody should have a copy of our October 21st, 2025 meeting minutes that the clerk has graciously prepared.
Down to 2 pages. Good job, Thomas. I made it smaller.
Make a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes as submitted.
Second.
Motion by Pearson, second by Sidak. Any comments, corrections? Zach.
We're all looking at you.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Josh, if you have any questions, you can answer.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a copy of the treasurer's report.
Nothing really out of the ordinary on the treasurer's report, except that you do have 3 payroll reports because I did pay you guys, so that's in here. Those of you who have direct deposit should have gotten that on Friday. Those of you who I mailed your checks to your house. And then the Illinois funds had $7,800 worth of interest for the month of October.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report and pay all outstanding debts. Second.
Motion by Pearson, second by Johnson. I like to say one Johnson. Any comments, corrections? And we will roll call that. Weaver?
Yes.
Miller,
Yeah.
Pearson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Sidak.
Yes.
Motion carries.
$140,000 in interest.
Yeah.
Over the last,
Yeah.
pretty good.
The only thing under the engineer's report is we got another request from IEPA for how our rate structure looks, and we had to modify some numbers, and we're working our way through that. Hopefully, when that's done, we'll have everything complete, and they can tell us whether or not we're in line for the loan.
Another request for what?
Basically, rate structure. There's a way they calculate it, and it has to balance out. And so we've just been trying to put our numbers in their formula.
Same thing.
That's up to him.
You mind?
I was paying attention. Okay. So nothing under engineering, and then so returner's report, Shauna.
Yes, really Title VI, we've been working on that. We've done some edits. We've sent it to Brian for review. So we're just kind of waiting to see how those edits turned out, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, concerns?
I got nothing that's not on the agenda.
Okay. Thank you. Administrator's report, Mr. Baylor.
Nothing left than what's on the agenda.
I know, but
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry.
just going.
Okay.
I'm just saying I didn't think you had anything else pending the attorney's side.
So
So
we're good.
okay, committee's reports, Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, we have one thing. We need to approve the estimated annual tax levy. My understanding is we need to approve with a 5% give,
Or less.
and we'll get the actual number in December to vote.
Yeah, if we do more, then we have to do a truth in taxation, which means
More than 5%.
Yes.
correct.
And this is exactly 5% of last year's number, so 5% increase over last year's number, I should say.
So this is just the total number, and then we'll come back with the breakdown with the, well, actually, the ordinance in December.
This is an ordinance, too.
Now, this is just a motion for the tax levy, the total amount.
I thought we always had it.
Well, this is
And-
increment finance.
What do you call it? Estimated.
Then we have to do the estimated now, and then we'll have the actual in December.
So this is the estimate.
So I'll make a motion to approve the estimated annual tax levy at $196,064.40, with a no greater than 5% increase.
Motion by Pearson,
I'll second it.
second by Johnson. Any further discussion? And again, this is just the estimated annual tax levy. We'll have the actual numbers in December. So, hearing no objections, we'll roll call it. It'll be Miller,
Yeah.
Pearson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Sidak,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Motion carries.
That is all I have, sir.
We have anything under planning and zoning yet?
No, just that Wiley came in one day, this last week to do a little training with the girls, and we've got some other things we're gonna schedule, things that I'm working on tomorrow, so.
Okay. Sanitary sewer, Mr. Johnson.
I have nothing to report for sanitary or sewer, and I also have nothing to report for water.
Look out.
You're great. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Weaver.
Nothing to report.
Streets and alleys, Mr. Weaver.
Nothing to report.
CDC, Mr. Sidak.
All right, time for the
No.
heavy lifting.
Here we go.
Gotta do the basics.
It's his time of year.
We'll make it pretty simple. The first one, we need to remove Mr. Holt from the TIF since he's now our elected official, and that's what this ordinance, an ordinance provided for and approving the third amendment to the Village of Kansas City Tax Increment Financing District.
We should have added Caleb's property back in.
I didn't know we could.
Because he's no longer official.
Yeah, but I don't think you can add to it.
You can only remove.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Here's the parcel. Also, why there's address.
Yeah.
In case you're looking someplace to say.
Okay.
What's the number?
25 there.
2511-1.
-01.
So I will make a motion that we approve an ordinance providing for and approving the third amendment to the Village of Pettit City Tax Increment Financing District Redevelopment Project Area Plan and Projects.
Second.
Which will remove.
Motion by Sidak, second by Pearson. The second, Ryan?
Yep.
Any further discussion? Comments? Since we're spending no money. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Didn't he kind of like get involved with his house explicitly? It wasn't benefiting from.
Yeah, we talked about
now
it.
He's out of the.
Yeah, we talked about it, whether or not that was a concern for him serving, and he said no, he wanted to get involved. So.
Okay, now that we're about to vote to make the TIF district,
Yes.
good for okay.
Real quick, signed original to Cassandra. Electronic copy to me. Shauna, do you want an electronic copy of this ordinance?
I send them every ordinance.
Okay. And if you send it to me, then I'll just forward it to Gwen. Do you want an electronic copy?
No, I don't even know.
Okay. So, signed original.
You'll get one anyway, Shanna.
Signed original to Cassandra. Electronic copy to Shauna and myself.
Second item we have here is another funding disbursement. These are both to residential projects. First one is 25R2 for $5,000 for some roof work down on Beacon Lane. And so I'll make a motion that we approve the disbursement of $5,000 to the recipients of project 25R2.
I'll second it.
Motion by Sidak, second by Johnson. Any further discussion? Comments? Roll call. Pearson?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes. Excuse me.
Sidak?
Yes.
Weaver?
Yes.
Miller?
Yeah.
Motion carries.
Our other disbursement is for the work that will remove that dead tree next to the fire department. And our total share would come out to $3,525. So I'll make a motion that we approve the disbursement of $3,525 to the recipients of Project 25R6.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Sidak, second by Johnson. Any further comments, questions? Roll call. Johnson?
Yes.
Sidak?
Yes.
Weaver?
Yeah.
Miller?
Yeah.
Pearson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And those, if you just do the original signed paperwork to Sarah, then she'll take care of it.
Can I ask you a favor? Yeah. Can we get this already filled out as far as all the trustees and? Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have to write them in every time.
No, I'll make a note. Yeah.
All right. Time for the fun part, which is
Hang
the
on.
discussion portion.
Are you ready? Are you ready for Zach to?
I'm ready when he is.
Okay.
So when we met last week with the CEDC, the big item for discussion was what the grant programs are going to look like. And there was some discourse between the future, or at least immediate future, of the BDD grants. But everyone is pretty universal in their consent of the TIF residential grant proposal. So that's the ordinance we have right here, which is an establishment of a TIF-funded residential grant program. So what that's going to do is that's going to set aside $5,000 or $50,000 worth of TIF money and allow people who live in the TIF district to get residential redevelopment agreements. So in the past, as we know, that caused a little controversy because some people were in the BDD, but they were in the TIF. Now we have enough money in the TIF to start funding redevelopment programs for those people that are in the TIF. So now everybody gets a slice. There were a few staff recommendations, and the CEDC did not necessarily agree with all of those. So if you look down at this little sheet that we all have, the staff recommended, I'm assuming the staff includes Brian, right, that the BDD program be paused for 1 year. All right, and that's because we're seeing decreased demand. And I don't think there's a huge amount of people left out if we just switch over to the TIF program. I don't think that excludes people as much as just going solely with the BDD program does.
Commercially, they're pretty much 1-to-1, and on the residential side, it expands it.
Yes. And the staff just felt it was better.
Meaning everybody who's in the TIF is in the BDD, but not everybody in the BDD is in the TIF.
It's pretty, yeah, I mean, there might be 1 or 2, but it's pretty close. And the commercial side's 1-to-1.
And so that was the staff's recommendation. The CEDC, again, as an advisory body, not a binding body, did not agree with that. They voted in support of both the TIF residential grant program and keeping the BDD program in place, but simply being a little bit more discriminatory with who they're giving money out to. Such things as no repeat grants. They wanted to be a lot more restricted to who's getting money from the BDD if everybody's getting a slice of the TIF as well. Things like that. So that's the, I guess, topic up for discussion. First and foremost is the establishment of the TIF program. I'm in favor of it. I think it solves a lot of the pushback we've been getting, and I think
We've been waiting.
yeah, and I think it opens up a lot more of those redevelopment opportunities to people who would take advantage of that. I'm not 100% sold one way or the other on pausing the BDD program. I think there might be a little bit more work if they want to be more discriminatory in who they're recommending. Like, okay, is this person in the TIF, in the BDD, or both? Just to make sure it's a little equitable. I'm in favor of, hey, more the merrier. More projects, but we are seeing decreased demand, which is why some of the people in the CDC and on the staff felt comfortable advocating for its pause because we were super under budget, if you guys remember, super under budget for the commercial grants, and we really just had to move a little bit of money from commercial grants over to residential to accommodate everybody.
I know it's a staff recommendation, but did the CDC discuss that as well? Like, was that on the pausing of it?
They voted not to pause. They voted to recommend to us that we do not pause it.
Right. Yeah.
My understanding of that conversation was they basically said they can manage it themselves. Might as well offer it. If something really good comes in, then they can approve the projects and the money's there. But if they don't recommend doing it and something good comes in, then we wouldn't have the program to do it. On the commercial side, the only pushback I would have on that is you could still do a redevelopment agreement. We wouldn't have to do a grant. On the residential side, we wouldn't have it. One other point I would make is the TIF. So the TIF program would run exactly the way the BDD program, residential program, is run. The criteria is the same. It's just you have to be in the TIF versus the BDD. The only difference is we made $50,000 available rather than $25,000, which is what we've done on the BDD side. And we did that for 3 years. So we've given out roughly $75,000 worth of BDD grants. The thought process was here, if we did 2 years of $50,000 on the TIF, paused a year on BDD, and then reinstated BD next year, then we'd be even $50,000 or $100,000 a piece for both residential programs. Whether that is the right thing to do or not, but that was the logic of why we did the $50,000 to kind of help catch up on the TIF side.
While allowing us to maybe digest all of this stuff that we have going on financially.
That's true too. Yeah, we've got a lot of irons in the fire financially. And there's small benefits. I mean, if we don't use the BDD money, then we've got that cash, right, that we're going to be able to draw money off of because we're going to be spending cash over the next, we have, and we're going to continue to spend more over the next 6 months. So that'll hurt the interest income.
So that money that we earmark for BDD, we can put it in the Illinois funds?
Yes.
It's already there.
It's already there?
It's already there.
Okay.
And we're not suggesting we spend it anywhere else. There's a possibility something might pop up with the new building or the water tower or whatever that we would want to spend it on. Or we would ask the question whether we should spend it on the BDD side. But the point is just to hold it, and it would still be in the account when we restart it, the following year, unless we make a decision to spend it.
So my question is on the BDD commercial side. So if, let's say we have one business that asks for the grant, are those funds going to be available like for something like the water tower or like the leftover fund?
They could be, yes. The kind of general rule, if you remember, we've been using for the economic development dollars is we're not going to use it to support existing infrastructure. We're going to pull that from the budget. But new infrastructure, we might spend that money on, like the sidewalk or other things.
So remind me the timeline for, like, if we voted to keep the BDD as is, the next round starts when?
We'll send out the applications and stuff in January.
And we would start dispersing money as soon as.
The applications will be due at the end of April, and then we'll start dispersing money probably in the June timeframe.
So we wouldn't even spend any of the money until June.
Yeah.
So if we were under budget, why are we not having was the discussion had with the CEDC about dropping it from the BDD dollar amount?
It was.
What was the reasoning to not do that and just cut it out or omit it completely? Because I kind of like their thought process. What if something cool comes in?
It was the same discussion of rather than eliminate it, why reduce it? Because if some really good stuff comes in and we want to approve it, some really strong projects, then we've got the money to do that. So their feeling was, some of their feeling is that they could govern that themselves on what they recommend and what they don't recommend. There was another person in the room that said, if the money's available, we're going to spend it. And so there was some debate about that.
Well, I guess my question is, how difficult would it be to reduce the funds for 1 year instead of doing a pause? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, the thing with that is it would require us to have an ordinance to change the dollar amount, which is not a huge deal. I mean, they would do it for us, but then we have to approve it and go through that whole process.
I had a question along those lines of, let's say we approve to continue it, but then come like March, we've had something come up that we're going to need to pull those funds. Can we cancel that? What does that process look like?
Yeah, ultimately, you don't have to approve. You can have the program, and this body can decide we're not approving any funding.
Yeah, that's what I say too.
No matter even if the CEDC recommends it or whatever, you all can say
we can say no.
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where I think where the CEDC wound up, which was we might as well just leave the program in place and allow people to bring it in. The only downside I think I see is people are going to apply, and then if they're told, hey, we're not approved, the stakes are higher this year, we're not approving the project, there could be some hard feelings.
Sure.
That way.
There'll be a lot harder feelings and a lot more vocal feelings if the 1 or 2 people are no longer in TIF and BTD is not available, though.
Understand.
That's my
Well, no, we're talking about the commercial side, not the residential, right?
No,
Well, what the staff recommended TIF residential pausing BDD altogether.
Oh, all of it.
The
Okay.
CEDC said, no, we want to do the TIF residential and we want to do the BDD just like we've always done it. And we'll just be more stringent on what we recommend or not recommend. And then the hybrid one at the bottom is TIF residential, BDD commercial, don't do anything on BDD residential, pause that for a year.
But that takes an ordinance too.
Because I did check on that. They said you can just not send out the eligibility forms and anything. So we can decide, this body can decide yay or nay whether you're going to run the program for next year. But it doesn't require an ordinance because the program isn't actually changing it. You're just not running it.
So sorry if I if I back up a little bit here, what was the genesis of even having the discussion of reducing or constricting? Like, is there a need to do that, or was it just that we've kind of hit the same people coming in, or?
Yeah, I think it was kind of threefold. Give the TIF people a chance to catch up, hold the cash for either we need it or to get the interest off of it. We've had an increase or decrease in demand, at least on the commercial side. And like I said, allow TIF to catch up. And their response to that was, well, we can still do all that and have the programs in place. We'll just put a harder filter on what goes through and what doesn't go through, which the board can do as well.
Was there talk about what that constraint looks like? Like, how does that actually translate, or is it just discussion per project?
Well, there was some good talk about sort of looking at it on case by case basis, and I feel like if we get to that point, we'll definitely flesh this out. But it was things like, do removing trees count? Is it just beautification, or should we be looking at structural stuff? Things like that. Driveways. That was a big thing when it first started. It's like, are we going to pay for driveways?
The projects, they said, like the house that's being completely redone over on 3rd Street, they said that would be one that they would approve because it was, that really meets the heart of what we're doing. The building that's being remetaled over here and repurposed into a store, that would be a project that they would want to push through. But, some of the other ones, like he said, a tree or, a porch or a window or a door, those would probably be, even though they've been approved in the past, they'd be probably turned down.
Yeah, and it's all recommendations from the CEDC. The board here has the ultimate yay or nay.
But we have them for a reason.
Right.
If
I will tell you this, it was Zach did a great job leading the discussion, and it was a very, very good debate. Strong opinions, professionally done. A lot of back and forth. They really, we spent, we were here over an hour and a half, maybe.
They take it very seriously.
Yeah, they do.
And when they got to the end of the discussion, everybody was in agreement with.
No, there were two.
There were actual disparities.
Dissents. Okay. But it was only one or two people that voted no on anything that we did.
Yeah. If we left it as is that BDD money, can it stay getting interest until it's needed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end of every month, financially, we look at the cash up top and we decide what we try to move as much down as we can.
Okay, so tell me this, Brian. If we keep the BDD and we implement the TIF program, let's say we have 5 people going to TIF and 2 people apply under the BDD, but we want to save that money, but we've got money under TIF and it totally works. Can we just move them under the TIF umbrella?
Or if they're in the TIF district.
If they're in the TIF district, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we could just have them refill out the paperwork because we'll have to have that for accountability.
How's our BDD money incoming? Is that changed since?
No, it's about the same. It's about $11,000 to $12,000 a month. So it's pretty steady.
Good.
It's based upon sales tax, so it's strong.
Oh, okay.
Now, but we have spent some of it. We did the sidewalk. We spent a big chunk of it. This year, we're going to spend more money than what we bring in for the BDD, but we had excess cash to use to do like the sidewalk and stuff. But that, to Ryan's point, that's another consideration is we're teeing up the new building, the possibly the water tower. We already did the sidewalk. We did the alleys.
So
our cash reserves are smaller than they were. Rightly so. We've done some really good projects.
So we're spending everything that is coming in, is what you're saying. We're not
the BDD this year. We will spend more money than what will come in for this year, but we did have cash reserves to cover that. So we're still going to. I estimate we'll have around $100,000 in both the TIF and BDD come the end of the year. That's unallocated. So going into the new budget year, we'll still have money in the bank.
So maybe that needs to be a factor too, that we don't want to spend all that money type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think we will.
What was the main reason of the dissenters? Like, what did they have? Like a unified sticking point of because of this?
There's a lot of whataboutism.
Yeah.
When it came to the dissenters, as far as like going against pausing the program, it really was, let's have it, or it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
The primary dissenters were twofold. If you have the money, you're going to wind up spending.
Yeah.
You might say you're going to do different, but you're going to wind up recommending that it be spent. So they don't. And one person said, "Well, you don't trust us," and they're like, "No, I don't trust us." And then the other thing is if we make the criteria and what gets approved stricter, then you're going to have the people say, "Well, last year people got it for that, and now this year, how come I'm not?"
I was told no last year.
That's kind of why I'm more on board with lowering the amount. I know it's more of a headache and more of a pain, but it kind of keeps the playing field a little level, and people know what to expect from last year.
Again,
And
their
you can still
argument
use your
is
discretion.
their argument is what if you get 3 great projects where people are redoing a home and you don't have the money to do it. Their point is let's govern that as a body or as a board, and if the money's available, then at least we can spend it if really great stuff comes in, and if it doesn't, then we can tell people no, we're not going to do it. That was their logic.
I like the logic, but I would personally need a plan. I'd like to see your stipulations.
You're talking right from the dissenters' playbook, because that's exactly what they were saying.
It's window dressing. It looks real nice. You can talk about it, but at the end of the day,
That's what I was getting at.
you
with
need
the
something
constraints, yeah.
scripted, something written,
I hear you.
and we don't have that. Do we have the time for that? Right? Like I don't.
No, we would have time to put criteria like that together, but the perception will still be stuff that was approved in the past isn't approved now.
And I would add in there, like, if it's in the TIF district, it automatically goes to TIF, like, until that's depleted. If it's in both,
Yeah.
The other thing they did want is no repeat. So if somebody got it last year, you're not going to get it this year. It wasn't all time. That's still a criteria, but it was an absolute no. If you got money last year, you're not getting money this year.
So if we have only 3 people apply and we only have 3 projects, and we still have money sitting there, and it's coming to the end of the project, and somebody else has a project that they can do this year, then we're not going to do it or spend the money just because they got money last year.
I'm not sure I'm following that.
I don't think
If somebody applies, well, we'll put it out as a criteria that if you got money last year, don't apply because you're not going to get it this year. That'll be part of the BDD criteria.
Okay.
So is it only just a year?
Yeah, but
I think it should be more than that, actually.
this board or the CEDC can say no, we don't want to do it because they've got it in the past, or this board can say that we're not going to do it for that reason. Or to Rod's point, if something comes in and we say we're going to use $100,000 on the water tower or on the new building or whatever, we could say we're not approving any of the BDD, which again is going to have some negative publicity that would come with that. But
Yeah, I think for the most part they voted the way they did to keep the BDD program as is because they wanted themselves and for us to retain the flexibility of having those dollars
in case really good projects came.
Yeah, case by case basis. That was a big thing. Like, because we talk about trees, like, oh, we don't want to just pay for trimming some trees, but then we look at the project we just paid for, which is probably something that really needed to happen.
yeah. It's a tree that's been causing havoc for a couple of years now.
Exactly. So I'm in favor of just keeping the BDD program as is for the flexibility. And if the CEDC wants to be more discriminating with their recommendations, and I'm sure they will be because they take it very seriously. I think we'll probably really see good projects float to the top, especially with an influx of new ones on the TIF side. Like, I agree, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, let's start here. Is everybody in agreement on the TIF program?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll make a motion that we adopt an ordinance approving and adopting the TIF residential redevelopment grant program for the Kansas City Tax Increment Financing District.
Ordinance 25-11-02. I have a motion by Sidak. I have a second.
Second.
Second by Pearson. Any further discussion? Everybody knows what we're talking about.
Wait a minute. Should this say number 4 fiscal year 2026? Not 2027? Wouldn't that be 2 years? Like, that would be a year now.
We've been through this with her. For some reason, it's funky the way they've got it. I don't know why it's this way, but it's right.
Because we're currently in fiscal year 26, right?
But we're using.
We're in fiscal year 25, 26.
Oh,
I think it has to do with the funds that we're using.
Sorry.
Yeah, next year's fiscal year is 26 to 27. And so the program ends in April 27, which is why I think they use that.
Okay.
We've asked that same question, but it's a good question.
I didn't hear anybody. I'll second it if no one else said it.
Pearson second. Any further discussion, comments? We will roll call. Sidak,
yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Miller,
Yeah.
Pearson,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Remember the surround election season.
Original to Sarah.
You'll get
Hard copy original to Sarah, and I'll have her scan it. So you don't have to
You
scan
don't want it?
If you want to scan it, I'll take it.
Oh, I scan them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you scan, I'll take.
Okay.
Okay, BDD.
I will say I do side more with the dissenters, except like I would like to see an outline of criteria. I guess. Even if it was like, okay, we are going to get to a place where we have these things come in, and we might say no. Well, then maybe there's a thing that says, but you're first on the list next year. Like you don't even have to. Like we'll check back with you, something. I don't know.
I like that, a structured criteria, and there can even be an appeal process where maybe there is a tree, that's been a problem for years and years. If it's out of the outline or the structure, you can still bring it to the board, still bring it to the CDC for their judgment.
But I also like that we don't pay anything until like April of next year. We'll have a much better understanding of our finances then. And all it would affect is us saying no to people who have applied, which of course is an issue in itself. But
Yeah.
That's where it falls back on the trustees.
Optically, it looks a lot better
Brian.
if we just say nobody's getting it whatsoever. Then if individually we tell each person no.
Well, I mean, we're already kind of doing that. When we run out of money, it's no to someone, but their neighbor got the new roof. You know what I mean?
that's kind of what you're saying.
You're not going to make everyone happy.
Eric had a 5-minute presentation,
That's right.
We can make anything work from the staff side.
Do we really need to vote if we don't want to change it? Because it's already our current policy.
Yeah, and then all you're saying is that you're asking the CEDC to have some sort of criteria.
If they want to establish guidelines and criteria, then that's something they need to bring back to us.
How often do you guys meet?
Like once a year.
Yeah,
We
that's
can.
what I
Well, we're pretty ad hoc, so I think we can. If we give them enough notice, we probably can call them together.
We normally meet to approve grants, and then at the end of the year, twice a year. So May, June timeframe to go review and approve grants, and then recommend grants, and then in the fall to design next year's program.
Where do you two stand? You've been pretty quiet. Thoughts?
Over my face, though.
No preference?
The good news is if we keep it the same, we still, we can make the recommendation that they have a selective criteria. But they can recommend what they want, and at the end of the day, you don't have to approve any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't get paid.
They can set the criteria. They can say, okay, this is the criteria we want. Us as a board do not have to adhere to that.
Yeah.
And vice versa. They could have something that we'd be like, no, we don't want that because that's a repeat project, or we don't think that's something that should be. No, someone's roof and they're, half a mile off 116. It's not, direct line of sight. So I mean,
Leave it as is. Have a
I would
criteria.
my recommendation is that we leave the project as is. We don't have to change anything, and then if there's something we need to change later, then that we can come back around to it and do it.
Agreed. Do you communicate with the those who live within the city that these changes and that we're going to be scrutinizing this more through the app?
Yeah, Sarah, based upon what we decide tonight, Sarah and I will put a communication plan together with Cassandra with the app that'll roll out between now and the applications going out, reminders to turn them in, and get them all in by the end date. So that'll all be.
Would it be good to maybe even put something in there about, we've got projects coming through that, I don't know how you'd even possibly word that, but they could take precedence over some of these things as the year goes on? That's up for people like you to decide.
Yeah, we can work on.
I actually kind of like that idea. I think it's a good one.
Kind of hedge ourselves.
Exactly. So then when it comes up on Facebook,
And even if we were to
3
say
months,
no, then to say like,
Yeah.
we're saying no because we're
Per-
this water tower. just
Yeah.
before,
I like it.
Yeah. Do you like water? Do you like to drink?
Yeah.
They'll say we don't like it from Illinois.
We're kind of tied right now with that. And it is still better than, I think, doing our own water.
Yeah, I like both, but
I think we can just.
I just don't, I mean, the things that come up with the water that when you own it yourself can break a small town. Yeah.
So Brian, do we need to make a motion to keep it the same if nothing's changing? Okay.
Nope. All we're changing is kind of the communication around it. So I think we're good.
I end my report.
Finally.
Administration, Mr. Miller.
Well, once again, it's kind of hard to follow.
I sent you the traffic report today. I don't know if you saw that.
The citation report.
What was it? I think I did. Let me double check. Yeah. So it said there was 4 traffic stops. Not really descriptive. And that was from 10:1 to 10:31.
No
And
citations, right?
on 10:9, a found property call. 10:8, deceptive practices. 10:12, border protection. And then on another email, it had on 10:20, criminal trespass to a residence, criminal damaged property. Then on 10:24, criminal damaged property at 12500 Farmington Road. And that's all I could find
That's everything I got.
on like 3 or 4 different emails.
Okay, so we're doing 10/8 through the 24th. There were 5 incidents.
Are they ever going to get back to doing it the way they used to? Or
I have no idea.
they used to give it all just in a list of addresses,
Yeah.
what it was.
No,
It's all weird.
they stopped doing it that way because there was privacy concerns, or I don't know.
Yeah, Tom, we just gave one lump sum number.
Well, see, that was the thing is because this new.
I mean, I can invite them to come back in.
And
We
part of them was like, it had like that case number or something that had the officer, and then it had kind of what the call is, and then
But it was how it was cleared, you know, it was a cleared
Not
dismiss,
weird.
cleared by arrest,
yeah.
and it gives the address of the offense.
I think in our contract they're supposed to come twice a year, which I get they never have. But I'm gonna maybe we just have send an invitation out to them. I made a note, have them come in. We can ask about the reporting.
Yeah, that's something.
It used to be real simple. It just it said the date and the address and what was going on, and
It depends on the system that they're dealing with, because that system may have gone away that they were using. So who knows with Peoria County? Maybe I just need to reach out to Chris and go take it in and see him.
Man, there's another thing I'd like. It's not a huge thing, but every once in a while, I find when I drive through town, like they'll have the car will be parked back at the Sportsman's Club, for an hour doing nothing. Or sometimes when I come in early in the morning, parked over here by the water tower, doing nothing. I mean, even if they were parked along 116, they're at least being seen.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose would be for parking in these kind of out of the way, hidden places.
So they can catch up on their paperwork.
Maybe.
But they can do that right out on 116.
I know. I've seen them more than I had previously because they used to always go behind the church. And that's where they would sit.
They'd always come over and see you.
Yeah.
Well, then we're getting more traffic stops.
I have
We're getting more
taken
citations, which we wanted. We didn't want a ton, but we want a presence so people know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just tell them to drive up and down the road. Couples just turn around, come back.
They can park in my driveway. So, next item, insurance renewal.
Yeah, so we got the medical is from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and the dental is through Humana. The vision is unchanged, so we don't have anything on that. It's not increased at all. The medical insurance is going up $241.59 a month, and it's like $23, I think, on the dental. Total of $265.35 a month. So if we want to renew as is with no changes to the plan or whatever, it'll cost us an extra, $2,900 a year.
I heard that's across the board for everybody. So.
Yeah, I was looking at the percentages, did some comparison research today, and we're pretty much right on, maybe a little under.
I think just mine is going up as much as that. Crazy.
Blue Cross Blue Shield skyrocketed last year.
Oh, no, wait till you see it this year.
I can find something up.
If you can find anything cheaper, that's the problem.
How much did you say?
So I will.
It's $265.35 a month total.
Okay.
Increase.
Oh, so this was.
I make a motion we renew with Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Second.
A motion by Weaver, second by Johnson.
Second by Sidek.
I'm sorry. Second by Sidak. Any questions, comments? And this is just for the medical. So we'll roll call it. Weaver,
Yes.
Miller,
Yeah.
Pearson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Sidak.
Yes.
Motion carried. Entertain a motion to approve the dental with no change other than the
I thought the dental.
$23 raise and increase.
So moved.
$23.75 a month.
Second.
That's what
One by
Humana.
Pearson, second by Sidak.
I'm sorry, who was the first one?
Pearson. And Sidak. Any questions, comments? Roll call. Miller,
Yeah.
Pearson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Sidak,
Yes.
Weaver. Yes. Motion carries. So, we'll skip down to B real quick. Our next meeting is November 18th, 2025. It looks like executive session is in order, so I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Sinek, second by Pearson. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We're in executive session. Yeah,
Josh,
sorry.
thanks for coming.
Thank you, Josh.
Deanna, you'll have to dial back in.